but not the thing that Charlie Puth has.
No, that's perfect pitch. Well, Charlie Puth also has the uncanny effect of being annoying as fuck. So,
Yeah,
I don't know
but
about
you know
that.
what? Welcome back to Pod-a-Mania.
No, dude,
My name
the
is
Charlie
Eddie.
Puth
His name
fans
is
are gonna hate me.
his name is Dylan, and this is a weekly wrestling podcast most of the time. And
You
and,
can't say most of the time if we've never posted back-to-back weeks.
and
It's a
you can
bi-weekly
follow
show.
us on Twitter at Pod-a-Mania Pod and subscribe today. Eventually, we'll open up a Patreon. Well, we'll upload the episodes we forgot to
I
upload
hope we
here.
run this Patreon bit so much, and then we open like a Fansly.
Dude, I'm down. You want to just run a nude calendar real quick?
That's what I'm saying, dude. We just full left turn.
We get a little silly
How can
within the
they?
first, like, how long have we been recording? We get a little silly too soon. I'm going to say that. Last week, we were getting a little gross 30 seconds in, and it's not even a minute. I'm just going to
Silly.
I'm just going to say that right
silly
now.
And gross are different.
We're not even going to talk about that.
All I'm saying is,
Because I feel like we're getting
how
crass.
can they know my next move if we don't?
Ugh.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
Anyway, we're a weekly wrestling podcast most of the time.
We're a
And
bi-weekly wrestling podcast. It'll be
and
weekly if
most
we
of
don't week.
Yeah. And we're silly. We're silly around here. So stick around.
We're just silly guys.
And so we recap last week's SmackDown. We're going to recap AEW Revolution 2025, which I attended live at the Crypto.com Arena, formerly known as the Staples Center. And
oh my fucking, you were there?
yeah. Dude, I saw the jerseys in the rafters. I was like, I'm going to be up there. I'm going to be up there one day.
You saw Cody and Shaq up there?
Yeah, and I said, there's missing... It's
There's
missing.
me and
It's missing. Oh yeah, me and you. Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
that's exactly what I was thinking too. And we're also gonna talk about Raw and a little bit of NXT Roadblock because we're filming this right after it happened. So
yeah, I watched it. I actually watched it.
you watched it? Wow.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I was in and out. It's college basketball season.
And that's what a burger's all
I'll bring
about.
both.
And that's what a burger's all about. So we're gonna go ahead and start off on SmackDown and talk about Randy Orton's back. He's got some things to say. And he's talking about Fortnite with Carmelo Hayes and how it sucks. And how he's actually playing a man's... It's for little babies. And he's a real man playing Elden Ring. And he'll be facing Carmelo Hayes next week. But he's also got some words to say to open the show. What did we think of this, Dylan?
You know, he called himself the best punter in the dub. Which... crazy with Pat McAfee sitting ringside on Monday night.
I don't think it's too crazy.
You know, I love it. I love Randy. You know, I've always been a Randy guy. So to see him back and having fun, it's fun to see him have fun. Because, like, for the longest time, he was the most just stare you down the barrel and kill you guy.
Yeah.
So to see him get some gifts and gaffs in is really fun.
Crazy to hear him talk about Fortnite, though. I'm gonna be honest.
The
match next week, match next week is gonna go crazy.
I hope he does the default dance. That's what I need. I need Randy Orton to do the default dance.
Randy Orton's not gonna do the default dance, dude.
Come on, dude.
Carmelo Hayes might.
God,
that would be kind of funny.
No,
What would be a funny dance for him to do? This is bad.
Why'd you ask me that?
I don't know.
Just getting into it early, aren't we?
Comment down below. What dance you think Carmelo Hayes should do next week? What emote should
What
Carmelo?
What Fortnite emote should Carmelo have your next week in their singles match on Friday Night SmackDown? Oh, dude. We didn't even try to take this episode seriously.
I don't care. No, this is fun, and we're loose, and I like this.
This is who we are. This is who we are.
And you know, Charlotte attacks Tiffany again, making a bold statement for WrestleMania.
Oh man, I think this is the same storyline as Jey Uso Gunther. I think this is the same storyline, just on two different shows.
Dude, do you think so?
I'm talking about just like the way they're building it. Like, oh hey, Tiffany Stratton wins match, dies. Jey Uso wins match, gets choked to death.
Yeah.
It just feels like when you're playing my GM and you're like, I need to build this feud. I need to build this feud, but I don't want to give them matches because they have no stamina.
Yeah, it's tough because basically you want to root for this underdog in Tiffany, but she's the champion. I do want to give it its flowers there, but to have such a like annoying pierce in the side appearance like Charlotte, you know, it's as the number one contender for the B show women's title. It's not encouraging. But is Charlotte's 17th time soon? Would hers be the same night as Cena's?
Oh, the women's most title reigns?
Yes.
I don't know what her number would be, but I get what you mean.
Yes.
I think she's close, man. But don't put the title on both heels, right?
No. Charlotte.
Jay wins. Well, if you do that, then you have Jay win, right?
Oh, I'm comparing it to Cody Cena now.
No, it makes sense. But also no, because like I don't know, they're doing it through word. Like Cody makes me care so much when he speaks.
We'll talk about that
Charlotte
later.
talks, it's like
Yeah.
Like Charlotte has to attack people for it to like, oh, this is why the fight's happening. Cody's just talking, and like Cena's not even there, and I care so much. And that's the best part is Cena is doing the corporate. I'm just not gonna be there. Fuck it. I'm gonna go back on everything I said. I'm not gonna make these weekly appearances. Like he's gonna end up having to because of his deal. But
Yeah.
like immediately after turning, not showing up again is like.
He's gonna go live via satellite.
Dude, I know. I love it. I love it.
I think we should.
Right, but I should hate. Oh my god, he's not actually gonna be there. He's gonna be via. Dude,
I think we should talk about that more later because I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the Cody segments from both SmackDown and Raw, and talk about those at the end of the show. But for now, we're going to talk about Pretty Deadly being the number one contenders for the tag team belts. Yes,
good
boy.
match. Good match.
It's them.
They have a really cool Twist of Fate variant.
Yes, I agree. I saw that on Twitter. I think it's a good match for sure. It's Pretty Deadly versus DIY, right?
Yeah, and it's just good. The thing is, we're at the point now where SmackDown's the good match belt, and I'm okay with that.
Where are Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins and all this? Are they,
Um,
because they showed up at the last pay-per-view during the championship match?
are they SmackDown too?
Yeah.
Oh man, they're probably. I don't know, man. They're building for them for SummerSlam, I think. I think that they're just gonna put on a good tag team match for like Mania pre-show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just be like, good wrestling. That's what I love about it, is like good wrestling happens on this show. And
Yeah.
I'm okay with that being that belt. Because the Raw tag titles are also that. They're kind of making the tag titles great matches and not really story. And I'm kind of okay with that because how much story is on the singles matches near the top.
Yeah. Well, I think we have a pretty good story in the singles division. I mean, this is a trios match, but the Jade Cargill, Naomi, Bianca, they had a promo on SmackDown. What do we think about that?
I did it.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Trend stop.
Dude, when she dropped the legal government the name.
Dude. Yeah.
I love it. They're great. It was awesome. I love how they're doing the contrasting outfits.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet where it was like, you think they're just texting each other, girl, get me back on Twitter. We got to keep this going. Like, you know what I mean? And that's the fun of knowing, you know.
Yeah.
We talk about the love-hate relationship with the being able to look into kayfabe, you know, and break it a little bit. We talk about the goods and bads.
Yeah, that's a unique way to look at it. But
It's just fun. It's just Twitter. I feel like it's just the internet wrestling community.
it's Twitter. It's the personal relationship between the two of them. I think seeing this shattered relationship between these three women is such a unique story. Like I said last week, like I think we fully expected a Jade Bianca match for Mania when they initially debuted as a tag team, but to flip this story into Jade Naomi, it's great. I'm really looking forward to this match at Mania.
I think it's perfect because of the build that happens on Raw with the women's title that we'll talk about. The way that's building, it's making perfect sense.
Yeah. And like the women on SmackDown are doing such unique stories as well, like with the women's US championship with Chelsea Green. She was defending it on SmackDown, and Alba Fyre comes out to her defense. And so I think
I remember sending this on Twitter that night.
Yeah, you
And
did.
it was just like, dude, this is what I was talking to you about. Like,
I'm glad.
Chelsea Green and Meechin are putting on a great match, but it's the shithousery belt.
It's
like-
not shithousery.
And I don't mean shithousery in a bad way. I mean
It's fun.
The way Chelsea Green, yeah, it's the fun belt. The way Chelsea Green keeps winning is like, this is fun. And the IC women's is just like
her attires for
the Mick was fire.
Mick Foley. Mick Foley's had great tributes this last weekend. We'll talk about that at AEW Revolution later on in the show. But Alba Fyre siding with Chelsea Green, I think this is a great pairing for Alba Fyre. I think we have two slaygents next to Chelsea. Alba Fyre is getting a great opportunity after her tag team partner, Gigi Dolan, not Gigi Dolan, Isla Dawn was released.
Her 90 days up soon.
I'm interested to see where she goes, but I'm very happy for Alba Fyre. Now,
they're both Scottish. Both the Secret Service agents are Scottish. We gotta
I
get Drew.
Drew. maybe an online segment. But to round off the SmackDown talk this week, I want to talk about LA Knight becoming the new US champion, finally ending the reign of terror.
Don't call it that.
I'm
You see what's behind me? I think this is Brock Lesnar. That's a real reign of terror. That man's title.
Yeah, that is
like, come on.
It's true, but Shinsuke really did nothing with the belt. He didn't elevate it. I think he kind of held it away from people like an LA Knight, like a Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. He was such a unique and out of left field wrong contender for this belt
100%.
that I don't know why he held it for as long as he did.
I agree completely.
It's I think LA Knight is a perfect champion for now until we want to change it to possibly a Carmelo Hayes or an Andrade or who else? What'd you say?
I sneezed.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. I've been sneezing all fucking day.
Oh, man.
Been bad. But yeah, I think those two are the next up.
Yeah.
Unless there's a shakeup on the roster, you know. I think as of right now, those are the two main contenders for it. I mean, they put Jacob Fatu in the U.S. title tournament, but he's too good for that belt, I think.
Do we see any post-Mania pushes? Maybe like a Trick Williams?
Yeah, exactly. I think this is going to be just a post-Mania thing. I think that's when they're going to start pushing this belt because it looks like they're like, okay, we're going to start taking it seriously. LA Knight's going to have it. He's going to have really good matches and rivalries and elevate the belt before he gives it to a Carmelo, a Trick, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet about Trick, and it was like, he really fights to the level of his opponent. Like, if your opponent gives, Trick gives. If you don't, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I think I agree with that.
But that was pretty much SmackDown. There was some Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman match that ended with some Solo Sikoa interference. Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. I think that's the Mania match, Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. And I'm not mad at it. I think it's going to elevate Jacob Fatu for sure. I think.
What does it do for fucking Solo, though, man? Kind of kills his character. Unless you do like a fall from grace.
We'll see him more from Mania, more after Mania for sure, because Roman's gonna take time off.
But what I'm saying is, like, do you run like a fall from grace angle with him, where it's like, I was the tribal chief, and now everyone who I was above is now above me.
I'd almost like to see him take some time off, go back to maybe the street champ persona, maybe work with Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams if they're going to be big characters on SmackDown at, like, post WrestleMania. I don't know. I think he's a pretty good contender for the U.S. Championship if we need somebody to hold it. He's not doomed after a loss.
So cool is like his character was like, he was finally getting there as who like he was at that time, right? I think we were talking about it where it's like when you look at him
We
as the
still have time. We still have a couple weeks for him to like prove that he's cool.
not cool, but it's just like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. The vibe he had when he had the Ulafala, and he was just like, and it got better every week, and I feel
Yeah.
like he never regressed. He only got better, and then to lose, it's like they're building him to have this either I have fallen so far, I have to fall in line, or I have fallen so far, how do I get back to that greatness?
Yeah.
You know? And I really hope it's the second one, just because I like Solo. I think he's really good. I think he's only going to improve. I just hope, you have to hope if they do Jacob Fatu and Solo, it's like match of the night stealer. Where it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that to be match of the night, but that's the one that's like sticking with me right now. And if then they both get elevated, and then you can put Solo immediately into mid card title, and elevate it, and put Jacob Fatu in the world contender title area. You know,
Has Jacob Fatu has fought Cody Rhodes. I think this settles where Jacob Fatu's at in the bloodline. If Cody is still associated with the bloodline, parentheses vortex.
yeah, yeah,
It's definitely a match maybe we see in Paris. AJ's on SmackDown. So
yes. No, he's on Raw. He's on Raw. Him
he's
and Logan had his thing on Raw.
oh yeah. So I think Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes in Paris probably.
Dude, that would be. Oh, that'd be so sick.
If
Unless John.
yeah. We'll see. We'll talk about that here.
We're gonna pivot away from WWE though.
We're going to pivot away from WWE for a little bit because I went to AEW Revolution 2025 live from Crypto.com Arena,
Oh my God, you were in the Crypto.com arena.
formerly known as the Staples Center.
You saw Shaq and Kobe and like Kareem and Wilt.
Yes,
And you
and
went, I'll be
to
up there
call
soon.
no, to call back to the intro to what I should have said was it's us two. It's you and me, Dylan. Shaq and Kobe up in the rafters. Yeah. Yeah, I was live there in person. Saw pretty much everything. Came in the middle of the Blake Christian match, and it was a pretty good show. It went by pretty quickly. I got there at 3:30. Pre-show was exactly what I wanted. The Costco guy was there with the Rizzler. The Rizzler was dressed up as Orange Cassidy. And,
I like that.
Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Big Boom AJ did the triple shield power boom on Mason Madden. And
I hate this fucking Looney Tunes ass. Oh my God.
it makes sense because fucking Warner Brothers is under the HBO Max trademark too, because
it's Looney Tunes ass fucking. It's what is this crossover episode, man?
dude, Chris Jericho came out. He unmasked Gravity on the pre-show.
So, was that your piss break? Was your piss break when Chris Jericho came out? Because that's when I would have.
Dude, I was so mad because he wasn't even promoted onto the show. He was just that. Like, I was pissed. I was moaning and groaning.
So
like,
can you wait? Can we go? What does the freshly squeezed character thing have? I'm not up to date at all.
are we really spending?
What
Okay.
added and why?
No, freshly squeezed is just like what he's had since the beginning. because his name is Orange Cassidy.
No, I know, but I never saw it typed out like that before right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this a new thing?
Are you like on the Titantrons and stuff? No,
I
on the Titantrons it's his handwriting.
Okay.
It's like lazy drawings because he's
Okay.
lazy.
No, okay, that's what I was. It's just because when I'm on AEW results, and it was Big Boom AJ, Mark Briscoe, and freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy versus.
I don't
And I'm
think
like,
he's like
I'm re-
build
yeah,
like that. It's like rated R superstar.
yeah, okay,
Um,
that makes sense. Then.
we'll get to him. Uh,
But yeah, Chris Jarrett, that was just like snark, me.
it wasn't even like I was pissed. I was mad because all he does is like kill young talent.
Why are we unmasking people?
He needs to retire, and I was cheering for Big Bill. I was so happy that he was here. He was
I
so
love Big Bill.
he was so big for me. Um, um, but damn, we're spending a lot of time on AEW Revolution. That's crazy. They opened with yeah, I know. What did they open with? What did they open with? You had the results in front of you. Oh my god,
It's out of order.
dude, that's
What do you
crazy.
want from me?
You're halting the show. What was the first match after the?
AWFT. So sorry. I'm still on Big Bill.
That's crazy.
I love Big Bill.
How can I just pulled it up. It opened with MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. I swear I was live there. I just you know.
I saw the dick thing. When he
Yeah,
pumped his face.
he humped.
I'd retire. I'd quit. I would just quit wrestling if someone did that to me.
Yeah. Well, it was a pretty good match. I really enjoyed this elevation that Hangman is still getting. And ultimately he finished off MJF with a bunch of finishers that he has. His dead eye, his angel wings that he took from Christopher Daniels, and then ultimately his buckshot lariat. And then
I can't wait to see Logan Paul do the same sequence.
after my first beer, I had to piss and I missed and like wasn't really interested in the Mercedes Moné versus
You
Momo
hate women,
Watanabe match.
You hate women.
Um.
You hate women.
Anyway, there was the number one contenders match between Swerve Strickland and Ricochet.
What did you say about the women?
I thought it was funny that we just move on after you say
Just go, I guess.
But no, this match was great. I was screaming. I was seeing fucking Leslie Jones was in the crowd. She was there with fucking Brad Williams, the little comedian.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Did you think that he's bald?
It was a great story. My girlfriend brought a sign with her that said my dad is balder than Ricochet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This match was great. Like it told such a story. They were jumping off the barricades. They were
This is awesome, Chance.
Yeah. No, it was I was every time that I watch fucking Ricochet live, because I saw him at War Games that one year with you, or were you there?
War Games was that was me.
Yeah.
That shit was fire.
Yeah. But Swerve won and reclaimed the embassy robe, and he is the #1 contender for the AEW World Title. Then there was Okada versus Brody King, which was a great match of a meaty man versus somebody who can like wrestle, and I don't think Okada is kind of wrestling at his full potential here. Possibly sandbagging Brody King. And I think we're just sparing. We're basically working him up to Kenny Omega at All in Texas.
I'm with it.
We had Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, the Hurt Syndicate.
Dude,
we hurt people. We hurt people. Dude, what's better than 3 ropes? That's 4. The 4th rope. Hell yeah. Versus the Outrunners. They ultimately retained after, like, it wasn't a squash match. A lot of people were complaining on
Leo Rush there.
A lot of people on Twitter were complaining that it should have been a squash match. I disagree. I think it didn't squash the Outrunners push. They got some moves in. They were able to do their gimmick in front of the 10,000 people live there in the Staples Center. Yes, why was Leo Rush there? I'm not sure. But more than likely will be the next contenders in the following like weekly shows because they tend to do more title matches.
Yeah.
We then got
this is the match that should have ended the night.
Dude, basically the match of the night. There was like this next 3 match stint was great. Like,
I watched the match. I watched the whole Hollywood ending matches. I think this should have closed the show. Yeah,
I agree. With the fucking Trons that said the end. Yeah, the Hollywood ending match between Timeless Toni Storm versus the Woman from Hell. That's her new. Okay, I thought she was the Glamour. I swear I went to this live. It sounds like I'm reading this off of a website, but I swear I went to this live.
Did you see that she cut too deep?
Dude, she was dripping blood, and it was insane. These women put on a great show, and I was out of my seat basically the entire time.
They're great. They're soulmates.
Yeah, they're wrestling soulmates, and I'm hoping Mariah May remains in a prominent picture in the women's card, like possibly a feud with, I think people are speculating like a Jamie Hayter feud for her, or maybe a Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm.
But Toni Storm, dude, I'm just thinking about all the stories you can tell with her.
Yeah,
with the way
she's a great storyteller, and I love her.
The way her character is, she's just built to do stories.
Yeah,
and then she's so good in the ring too.
Yeah,
it's just, they have a diamond in the rough on their roster.
Yeah. Then we had Konosuke Takeshita versus Kenny Omega. What?
Takeshita.
What?
Is that not how it's not pronounced? Takeshita?
No, it's Takeshita.
Takeshita sounds disgusting.
We're gonna ignore that.
My ear, like that just
stop.
That doesn't look right. It doesn't look right.
Had their international championship match.
I saw a lot of clips from this. This was really good too.
They had a great match, and I think they did a great job of keeping the crowd interested. Like, really showing the best of Takeshita.
That's new. I'm
Omega.
sorry.
Omega put on a great match, selling the fuck out of his midsection, which, like, to put into perspective, a year ago, this man, if he got hit in the ribs, could have died.
Yeah, and he's selling the. Oh, dude,
So
I saw some of the
it's
clips and
great.
it looks like it's killing him.
I think the con of this match is Don Callis, because it's just that's such a negative in this feud. It's such like a leech to such great content, but
Yeah.
they're beautiful in the ring together, and lucky to see that live.
Did you see that they had like the matching gear?
Yeah, from that anime.
So sick. Dude.
Yeah. Then the steel cage match between Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. That was great. That was intense. Again, Don Callis. The unexpected Mark Davis interruption. These guys put on a fucking show because Kyle Fletcher was confident, maybe a little too confident, cocky, and thinking that Ospreay would be limited in this environment he quickly adapted to. And to see how these two performed and like cut each other open, and the Spanish fly off the cage, dude, I sent that to the group chat. Like, they killed each other out there.
Oh yeah.
So that was a great match. If we don't see a Will Ospreay world title run in the next year, I would be surprised.
What are we doing?
But I mean, what are we doing with the fucking world title picture now? Because we had Jon Moxley and Cope for the world championship match, and honestly, live, I don't know how it came across on streams, but live, like, the crowd was not interested in this match
dude,
at all.
No one liked it. No one liked it.
I thought it was
3 out of 10.
Every time somebody interfered, like then people were interested, because people, like, Samoa Joe was in a luxury box, which my girlfriend loved. Like, it's great, and people were just chanting, not for the people in the ring. Some people in the crowds were like fighting that people were more interested in the actual fight in the ring.
Yeah, exactly. It was just
every time people got involved from outside of the ring, like the ref took a bump, Jay White came out, Yuta came out, Christian Cage came out and cashed in his opportunity, and I think that was a fucking waste. Sorry for my French, but fucking waste. Sorry, Mom. Yeah, I think Mox and Cope, I don't know who's the Hogan out of the two, but Cope didn't want to take the fall.
Cope's been pinned 8 times since he came back from that Rumble.
Yeah.
And I think, and Mox never likes losing. It's both of them.
Yeah.
So they brought in Christian Cage to take the fucking loss so that Cope didn't have to.
But then, after the match, I don't know if this was on call or planned, but Swerve comes out. Moxley goes out through the crowd, confronts Nana in that little tunnel, which I was literally right above. And right above that tunnel, you see Swerve, who is looking at Jon Moxley, roaming through the crowd like as if he was Batman, and then he perches on the guardrail over the tunnel, jumps onto Moxley and the security guards right in front of me.
It's
and
so sick.
it was great. made my ticket so worth it. I'm excited for that.
End the night with that shit.
I'm excited for that match. I'm hoping that this, like, I called Shinsuke's run a reign of terror. This is a real reign of terror.
No, the John Moxley title is a reign of terror.
And I think I just want somebody who I can fucking enjoy as AEW World Champion again. And
which is not too much to ask.
Swerve is exactly that. So I don't know.
Raw.
But that's it for AEW Revolution.
We went way longer on AEW. I thought we would.
I know. But Raw, let's go ahead and talk about Lucha Gable.
Gracias! I'm in. No, I'm in. I'm all in. The Hurricane Rana was awesome.
Yeah.
That was insane. Delayed German. Gracias gets pulled out. The Lucha mask has American made on it. Oh, just awesome, dude. I love it.
It's a great gimmick to have with all the speculation with Rey Fenix from AEW. I know we just finished up the AEW talk, but AEW recently released Rey Fenix, who is the tag team partner of Penta, and I think we'll expect his debut sooner rather than later.
I think so too. I can't wait for the American-made Lucha unmasking.
But Lucha Gable having that imposter get arrested was great.
Oh yeah, it was perfect. Awesome.
We'll go ahead and talk about the other great women's promo battle between Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair.
Oh, dude, you don't want to talk about Andrew Schultz and AJ Styles?
I don't. I genuinely don't.
Oh, you don't want to talk about Jay getting choked out again? You sure?
10 weeks of hell. Yeah.
10 weeks of hell. 10 weeks of hell.
I don't care.
Cody. Also Cody.
What? We'll talk about that after the women's segment. I think
you skipped Cody. I'm used to going in order. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
All right. You're the host. You're the host. You're the play-by-play. I'm the color. I understand.
Yeah. But Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. What do we think about this? How are we comparing?
Oh, dude, I love it. I love it. Did you hear the pop for Io? You hear how over she is?
Dude, she is so...
And she smacked that bitch.
She smacked everybody.
Yeah. And then she's just yelling on her way out. Oh, I love it. It's perfect. Because it's exactly what it is. Everyone's not worried about the one who's actually holding the belt.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope she retains. Imagine how dope that would be if she retained.
It's possible. It's very possible.
It again.
It's very possible. I don't think Bianca needs it right now because she does have some stories. She has a story to tell over on SmackDown.
And I think Rhea is better without it because she needs to find herself. They already started building that.
Yeah, but it does seem like the writers and Rhea are not on the same page on where they want to take her character.
Yeah, because she did that and then
the other thing. Yeah, it's
just so.
But to talk about somebody who does have consistency in their character, let's talk about Cody Rhodes and his promo against John Cena. Both of his promos, one from SmackDown, one from Raw. Where are we at on this, Dylan?
I love Cody, man. He pulls up and his face is just all messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a shiner. He's not looking good. And 17, man. 17.
Yeah.
Cody's doing it so well. I'm so excited for Satellite. So excited for Via Satellite, man.
Cody Rhodes has elevated this feud so much just by himself. Coming up next week, I think we get the first interaction between the two of them on Raw. That'll be very exciting, but
I need John in a suit and bald. I need him in a suit and bald.
I don't know what to expect from him, to be honest.
Dude, next week's time, that's what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and talk about the end of Raw. Let's go ahead and talk about this steel cage match between Punk and Seth.
Dude, I don't care if they hate each other in real life. They are meant to be in there.
Dude, we talk about wrestling soulmates. We talk about
These-
wrestling soulmates today. Punk and Seth are born to wrestle each other. It's
Even though
so
they
cool.
really hate each other. They really do.
It's so cool to see these guys interact as former leaders from Ring of Honor and where both of them have placed themselves in the card. It's so exciting to see them wrestle against each other, and having this interference from Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman being there and the possible CM Punk favor. It is so intriguing, and this story can go in so many different directions. How much power does Paul Heyman have? You know?
Dude, I know. It's so awesome. I love this so much, dude. The match was so great. They're so good together. And I saw someone talking about it being like a spot, like just a finisher fest. I'm like, dude, I don't care. They could just do finishers all day. They're so good at doing it. They're so good at what they do.
Yeah.
And then Seth's laughing at Punk. And then my tribal chief arrives back on Raw, dude. How unreal. Did you see the final clips of this, dude?
Yeah.
Roman is such a good storyteller without having a mic in his hand.
Yeah. That man can talk and ring.
Exactly, man.
I love any performer that can vocalize themselves without a mic and shout in an arena full of people and make themselves heard. It is it is an overused
everything he needed to say.
It is an overused term, but aura.
Dude, the thing is, like, he said everything he needed to say. Stomped Seth.
Yeah.
Said, you're gonna take a break now.
All three Shield members hit a curb stomp within like 24 or 48 hours of each other.
That was sick. But makes it known, and then sees the wise man holding Punk.
Yeah.
And is not
happy
cool with it, dude.
Not happy. And
fuck, dude, the way that he threw him off cage, off the rope spear. Oh my god, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's everything we wanted him to be when we were hating him.
Yeah.
When he was getting booed, when he was forced down the throat, now everyone's like, dude, I can't go without it. I'm starving. Feed me more Roman Reigns. Oh, dude, I'm so excited because that's the Mania match, man.
That triple threat is gonna go crazy, and it's so interesting that Raw is going into Mania with so many triple threats, and so many triple threats on night one. Or do we think those are gonna be divided?
I think they'll split them.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm just hoping.
There's been such a big deal about the women getting the main event this year. So where do we?
I want EO night one.
Yeah.
And I want EO to retain. I think. But I think if they main event that, they have Rhea win for the pop.
EO still gets a pop. EO still gets a pop.
EO, right? But you know what I mean. Everyone loves Mommy.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're building.
Soundboard that. Clip it. Chip it.
But But yeah, I don't
Clip
know.
it, ship it, send it to his girlfriend.
I'm really excited to see where they take this belt and like this rivalry,
Yeah.
because the way that they're building is for a night one main event, and if any of them retain, they're all gonna get a massive pop. You have 3 faces in there, and no one's mad about it.
Yeah.
And Io just has so much momentum after that. Without speaking English really well, she's just just getting the crowd in. Like
Yeah.
you said, aura.
Yeah. Let's talk about NXT Roadblock to round out the show, because we're recording this on Tuesday night right after it happened. You watched it. What do we think?
I'm gonna go through quick for some of these. I love seeing the Hardy Boys back, getting a win. Honestly, I don't mind them winning that match. Um, you know, just a fun match. That's the match you want to open the night with. You want to have the big pop early, get the crowd in, draw it in with the Hardy Boys. Fraxium's awesome. They're so good. They are gonna be great on the main roster one day. It's the most random pairing, but they are so amazing
And
together.
they're fine.
Yep, they're fine. Why'd you say it like that?
Move on.
What did I do? It was I know the accidental hit. Do you think that's what they're building to?
Probably.
Is it gonna be match of the night when they do it? Yes.
Yeah.
I don't I want them to be fine. I hope it doesn't lead.
No,
to
they're
their-
fine. They've been doing this for months.
They've been just kicking each other in the face and be
Yes.
like, oopsie.
And showing up in like casts and stuff. I don't know if they like showed up in casts tonight.
Yeah, I really hope that they just keep it at the oopsies. We're fine, you know.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace, awesome.
Yeah.
Roxanne Perez, awesome. They're just, what can you say, dude? The NXT women's division is insane, and it's the best part of the show every night. I will say it till I'm blue in the face. The women on NXT are the main event. They are the best. Obafemi Moose was Obafemi's awesome, dude. How do you even describe this match other than just like big meaty men slapping meat? Super sick. Javon Evans, Ethan Page will always put on good matches. It's who they are.
I'm so happy he's in the 2K25 video game.
Same, dude. We gotta get you a PS5, and we gotta get us recording these games and bringing these people content. Let us know if you want the content. Let us know. Will Javon Evans be my United States champion?
No, because he'll be my world champion.
And then ending the night with Stephanie Vaquer, dude. She is... And I'm so sad she's hurt.
Yeah.
I am so sad she's hurt, dude.
But I think this allows a very interesting dynamic in NXT that we haven't seen in a very long time, with 2 belts being placed on one person. Stephanie,
I think the division's too good for that.
Stephanie deserves it so much.
I agree.
And I think having somebody like Jordan Grace also on the roster, possibly being a contender for this belt, I see it happening.
I mean, what you do is you have her drop the secondary title because of an interference by the person who's going for the world title, right?
Yeah.
And you have her keep the world title. She drops the secondary belt. And you go, okay, now we can focus on this storyline.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Stephanie Vaquer is amazing, man. Booker T's horny, man. Um, what else is there to say other than just like match? They killed it. They did exactly what they needed to keep her looking
Overall,
good while hurt.
overall, great women's wrestling this weekend.
Dude, for real. Oh my god. We
Um,
love women,
yep,
Eddie.
I know. I've never heard a more truer statement in my life. Anyway, you can follow us on Twitter at Pod-a-Mania Pod, and
Right here.
go ahead and subscribe to the
That
channel
one's gonna be right here.
for a weekly wrestling podcast most of the time. Follow us on Twitter. Go ahead and see those ats right here at _EWL3 at Bozo Dills. And we'll see you next week. Maybe. Bye-bye.
Bye.